Happy holidays and New Year's, guys. I hope y'all had a good time spending time with your family, your friends, watching fireworks and doing whatever. And in this time of reflection and looking forward to the rest of the year, I figured I'd come on here and give you guys something. So I'll start by saying that 2025 did not go as expected. A lot of things fell through and a lot of doors got slammed in my face, quite literally. And there's been this trend that I've been seeing online where people showcase their hall of failures. So let's go through mine. So, in case you guys weren't here before, about this time last year in 2025, I'd drawn up this vision board, and I know it might look weird with all the, images and whatnot, but I'll explain it. But I'm in this big vision board, and I wanted to go through each of my goals that I had set out for 2025. So, number one, get close with God and start sharing my faith to grow the kingdom and share his glory with others. Now, I actually did do this throughout 2025. I was with this church group, and by the time that school ended in May, we kind of butted heads, me and the leader, and I figured out that the church group that I was in wasn't the one that I was going to be sticking with for the rest of my life like I thought that I would. But yeah, I was running Bible studies and my spiritual health did improve a lot. So this is actually something of a win to me. Now, this is probably the biggest fail here. Sell at least $650,000 to get the golden door and bring on at least 10 people to the grid for the summer. Now, to give y'all some context to this, the reason why I wanted to sell at least $650,000 worth of pest control, because that's what I was selling over the summer and what I had been trained to be selling over the summer for like 6 to 9 months before I actually even got on the doors, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. And the company that I work for is Grit Marketing, or was Grit Marketing. And I wanted to bring on at least 10 people with me. That way, I could get them some experience. But to be honest, for the most part, it was really just for the money. But yeah, I was training a ton, reaching out to a lot of people, and it just failed because I was only out there for a week, and it was the heat. It was just the constant no's, rejections. Like the one sale that I made over the week that I was there, the 70 hours that I, spent in Utah trying to sell on the doors. I knocked hundreds of doors, talked to hundreds of people, but could only sell one person. And it was my manager / the guy who got me into the company in the first place that just had to do literally everything on the phone. And it just didn't feel good when I finally got the sale. Like it just felt off, like I had manipulated someone. And I didn't like that feeling at all. Not to mention also how the 70 hours that I worked that week, I wasn't sleeping well, I wasn't eating well, I wasn't able to work out. My legs were hurting, my body was hurting, and I didn't get paid not a single dime because the job was all commission based. So I got out of there like 2 shades darker. So that was a big fail. Start vending machine business. Honestly, this one didn't even start really. Like I thought it would have been cool at the beginning of 2025 to have started a side hustle like a vending machine business. But like I said, it just never got off the ground. I didn't wind up, getting enough money to put together a storage unit and getting some machines, even refurbished ones. So yeah, also another big thing was there was already a group of people in LSU that had started a vending machine business. So that kind of discouraged me a little bit because I wanted to be like the only one. I don't know. It was weird, but that was a fail. Become more stoic and disciplined. So this one was actually a win for me. So I actually did really improve as far as time management and just not falling into the whole social media trap where I'm just scrolling for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Of course, it's not perfect. And even to this day, I still have those days every once in a blue moon where I kind of just go full on degen and just internet surf my brain out. But those days are fewer and further between a lot now. So that was a win for me. Build up my physique and focus more on improving my general health. Now this one is something of a win. So as y'all can see in this picture, of course I wasn't expecting to look like that by the end of the year. However, I did want to improve more than I did. This is me at the beginning of 2025 and this was me at the end of 2025, by the way. A little bit of a difference, but not as drastic as I thought it would have been. But it was only like maybe halfway through the year that I really started to get my dieting and exercising right. But yeah, already that has made a huge improvement in my general health because let me tell you, man, my joints, specifically my knees, used to be in pain like so much, like even when I wasn't working out. Like, it would make walking upstairs almost debilitating. It was really just miserable. But once I started really eating right, not necessarily just working out better, because I do work out better. Like, I'm trying to be in the gym, or at least I was in 2025 near the end, maybe 5 or 6 times a week. But of course, going into this new semester, my class schedules have changed, so it'll be more like 4 or 5 times a week, if that. Nevertheless, so with me eating a better diet, that has really improved my joint health, specifically my knees, to where it's not debilitating anymore, which has really improved the quality of my life so far. Even just with me being, I've been kind of consistent, but not nearly as consistent as I should be. Master futures trading. So this was also a fail. Now, I started trading futures, I want to say maybe summer 2024, and I switched strategies in December 2024. And it seemed like a really good strategy, and I still use that strategy. I'm still learning it to this day. But I thought that by the end of 2025, I would have been profitable. I would have been making money and getting payouts. And even to this day, that still hasn't happened yet. Of course, as of me making this video, I have my 3 Apex 50K PAs that I'm working on getting to the payout zone to where I can actually get payouts in. But yeah, honestly, I wasn't as locked in on my futures trading as I wanted to be, as I should have been. Of course, with me still doing a lot of internet surfing and staying up late, I didn't want to be on. Of course, I had obligations with school, work, things of that nature. So yeah, I wasn't even close to making $20,000 a month with trading, and that was something of a flop. But I'm still working towards it. Get at least 1.5K subs on YouTube and 10K followers on IG. This just didn't happen. Honestly, my content, it's just not, as me making this video, it just seems to not really be palatable enough to people on Instagram and YouTube, at least the short form stuff, to where it's like people actually want to watch it and keep watching it. You know what I mean? So I was considering starting a Twitch for my trading, but because my trading isn't profitable yet and I haven't started actually making money, I didn't want to come off as like a fraud who sells a course in the community but doesn't even have results for themselves. That just seemed kind of slimy to me. So that's why I'm not doing that. But it's still on the table, somewhere down the line once I do become profitable. If I do become profitable, God willing, I do. I most likely will start some kind of community or group or live trading type thing, but we'll see. And really get eBay reselling business off the ground and making at least 5K a month. So at the beginning of 2025, or in like that beginning third of 2025, I was doing a lot of eBay reselling, or at least I was trying to do a lot of eBay reselling for clothes. And I was following this one guy. I was in this one reselling community. It was a really good community. But the thing is, their thing centered around having these like flea markets around you. And there were really no flea markets around me. And with me being in school, it just felt like I really didn't have the time. And so there was this point where my inventory just got super dead. And at that point, I kind of just donated everything back. And I wound up just being barely over break even, if that. Really, as far as like the clothes that I actually resold and made profits on. And I was definitely not selling 9 items a day, for sure. I was selling probably a maximum of like 2 items a day, and that was rare, very rare. I was selling at peak maybe like 3 to 5 items a week, making maybe $10 average profit. It just wasn't great. The juice wasn't worth the squeeze for that one. But yeah, that's my haul of failures and some successes. Just putting it out there, being honest, being transparent with y'all. So yeah. Now, I know all that sounds bad on paper, but despite how many doors closed on me and how many things just fell through, and it sure did feel like a lot fell through, I'm still grateful for a lot of things. So like I said, I'm grateful for all the spiritual growth that I experienced, definitely evolved in my relationship with God for sure. Really just became a lot more comfortable with myself. I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for the time that I spent with friends and family. And I'm grateful for the experience that I got, both personally and professionally. I got experience, of course, with that sales job, which turned out to be a bust. And despite it not working out, I was able to build some valuable skills that are still evident in me and myself and my personality to this day. Like, it's definitely improved my social life, definitely improved how I speak with people and how I conversate in my day-to-day life. Because I mentioned in a previous video, I was something of an introvert in the past, and just having that experience of talking to so many people in such a condensed period of time and going through so many rejections and no's and just becoming a really good conversationalist, at least relative to how I was. Yeah, I mean, it made a huge positive difference in my life. I was able to try reselling. Of course, that was also a bust too, at least as far as clothing goes. But again, more experience. And yeah, I mean, of course, I got another year of experience as far as content creation goes, even though it didn't get me too far. And of course, I'm grateful that I get to share this with y'all and hopefully inspire y'all as well to push yourselves and get some experience on your own end. All that being said, guys, I have a different approach for this year. So as I said, and as y'all saw, last year I had this whole vision board drawn up with super specific goals and lots of expectations set for myself. Now in 2026, I'm doing something different in that I'm not setting up all these expectations for myself. I'm not setting up these hyper specific goals. My one true goal is to be the best I can possibly be in every way. Because as of late, as I've been looking at the whole road to $1 million challenge as a whole, it feels like I've been too focused on money. And I want to divert from money into just other things, because there's so much more to life than money. So I just want to encapsulate that in my content and how I move throughout this year. I don't come in with any promises about content or anything else. I just want to just flow and just take things as they come, and also just be the best I can be and respond, not react, and just stay present in the moment. Because also a big thing last year, this is funny, I would spend so much time imagining and dreaming about my dream life and what I wanted out of life that it would take me out of the present, and I wouldn't do what I knew I needed to do in the moment to get to that dream life. So it was paradoxical almost. You know, they say 2025 was the snake year, and that you shed a lot of old things and you gain wisdom, casting aside old things to become a new and better person. And I feel that's the case for me. Maybe it's just superstition, I don't know. But I feel like it fits for what 2025 was for me. Maybe it was the same kind of thing for y'all. But either way, I hope y'all have a great 2026, that y'all learn from 2025 what happened to you, your mistakes, what you did well. And if you want to see where I go as far as this challenge or as far as content in general, you should follow me. So I'll see y'all next time. Peace.